welcome to Rev Sports. I'm Gargi Rao. Joining me today for 5 at 5 is Devashish Sen and Shomik Chakraborty from Guwahati. They're joining from outside of the Barsapara Stadium. We saw stumps being called a little earlier because of bad light, but for South Africa, 247 runs on the scoreboard for the loss of 6 wickets. India was able to contain the runs there, but again, not too many breakthroughs or not as many breakthroughs as India would have liked. Also joining us is Rohit Juglan. But let's start with you, Debashish and Shomik. First, tell me about the crowd. This is the first time we're seeing a test match happening in Guwahati. How was the build-up like throughout the day? And then we'll get to talking about cricket as well.
Judging the official turnover was 15,700 odd. Uh, uh, given that, it is one of the major test centers, it is sort of
I think,
it's not a
sorry to interrupt you. I think there's a problem with the audio. If you could come closer and then talk.
There's a fire brigade engine. Just wait for 1 minute. Let the Captaincy will carry on with
Yes,
Rohit
yes,
and
we can do that.
we'll join.
I- I'll go to Rohit first.
Right.
Rohit, I said पहले दो sessions belong to South Africa. एक
Yes.
एक विकेट वन एट द स्ट्रोक ऑफ पेन एक बिल्कुल टी शुरू होते ही कुलदीप यादव एंड जसप्रीत बुमराह अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट not much penetration from Indian bowlers. Wicket was such. Also, South African batters once again switched up their, I think, technical aspects, playing much more on the front foot and making use of the wicket that they got. So they were very good when it comes to the application of the batting, and of course Temba Bavuma and Aiden Markram, the first opening partnership between Markram, Ryan Rickleton, and then Temba Bavuma and Tristan Stubbs taking it away. What is your overall takeaway from the day? Do you think Indian bowlers were good, not great? What's your thought?
So I think the first thing, and I really want, really want to know this from later on from Shamikda also, that what he thinks of the light meter reading, because we had a word with Debashish Da in the Hindi show, but with Shamikda, I really want to know this, that because it's little unfair as far as my reading is concerned. It was getting really dark there. Indian, the Indian players were, they were looking desperate. Let me say it that way, that they were looking desperate to bowl at least 3 to 4 overs or 4 to 5 overs with that new ball. They got the wicket of Tony D'Souza, and he was also looking in a little frustrated, not only by the way he got out, but also because he was looking up to the skies. And I really want to know this, that why the South Africans batter didn't complain to the umpires that we can't play in this specific light. And then the most important thing, now the way rules have been written is that you can now take the reading of the first day, and now you have to maintain that reading for the rest of the test match. So whenever Indian team is playing, suppose if the light, if Indian players have certain problems or batters have certain problem with that light, and the light meter is not reflecting the same number which they recorded today, then we also can't say anything. So for me, it's I thought on that particular moment also, I thought that it was little unfair as far as the South African batters are concerned. But then you have your own styles to do that. You remember, Gagi, you were there in Lords. How cunningly the English openers Ben Duckett and Zach Crawley doing that. Just they were calling their physio just to get over to the day, that we want to come on the next morning, and then we have to resume the batting. So one thing that really stands out for me as far as this day is concerned. The other thing is, on the very first half of the game, as you rightly pointed out, one wicket. Just before that tea break, Jasprit Bumrah bowling to Aiden Markram, and then obviously the Kuldeep Yadav wicket. But I think it has to do with the field positions also. There were a lot of times when I saw that Rishabh Pant, Rishabh Pant keeping the fielders, near the boundary ropes and not in the mid-off area. You look at those two dismissals where Yashasvi Jaiswal, one really, really wonderful catch, and the way he, the way he kept his fielders at the second half of the day, I think made the real difference as far as the wickets are concerned. And last point for me is that I think now this is the high time when Indian team management, coach, support staff needs to believe that in these kind of wickets also, where South Africa winning the toss, batting first, you know, with some early partnerships on, they can believe that they have the bowling attack who can give them 6 or 5 wickets at the end of the day. And now we can comfortably say this, that they belong to India, because we have taken 6 wickets. Little bit of luck, if went in our favor, it could be 7 or 8. So I think now the team management has to believe that we don't have to, be relying on the rank turners. In good wickets also, we can, our bowlers have the potential and we can board the game in our favor. So I think these are 2, 3 points, Gargi, which I really wanted to put across.
Devashish, Shomik, that question about bad light. See, when that
Gargi,
light meter.
I'm taking, yeah, I'm taking this question from Rohit about the light blue. In this part of the world, the light moves very fast. It is a bit strange in the sense that
Your
maybe
internet
at
is really bad.
5 minutes to
I'm sorry.
4, 5 minutes
I think the
I,
network is not clear.
Network is very bad actually. Uh,
Yeah,
but but Rohit, I think there are two options when it comes to bad light. One is, Rishabh Pant can go and have a conversation with the umpire that,
exactly.
we won't take the new ball. Is this light good enough for the spinners to come on? The second would be, can we take the new ball and can I put my pacers on? I think these are the only two options that could have had at that point.
But Gagi, the main thing is where I want to come into this discussion that
Gargi, are we
uh,
audible?
yes, 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 yes,
Are we
Shamik,
audible?
yes,
Okay, so about as far as the light is concerned, two things what I was talking about. Light in this part of the world, it's a bit falls very fast. 5 minutes to 4, you could see bright sunshine, and 5 minutes past 4, the light will drop suddenly. So this is the nature in this part of the world. This is how it works in this part of the world. So from that point of view, what happens? I think South Africa missed a trick. South Africa,
yes.
I mean, they are a very good bunch of boys. In fact, they are a very good, lovable bunch of boys. Um, if it was England or Australia, for example, they would have called the physio. They wouldn't have played the second over with the second.
I think we've lost him again.
I think the network is a problem.
Uh,
So, so
They
just
go
carrying
out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
carrying it forward where you also asked that similar question. Shamik, was exactly right, and that's why I given the example of the Lord's test also, that how important it is to, if there are any loopholes in this, in these kind of things, why you can't use them, because Zach Crawley did it, Ben Duckett did it, they were calling the physios, and it's not only
Even
about calling the
Akashdeep did
physios,
it.
huh?
Even
Akash.
Akashdeep did it.
Yeah. Even, and it's not only about calling physios, it's also about just adjusting your helmet, just take it out, just see what's happening. And in India, they often does it that, oh, some mosquito or some fly went into my eye, I need a proper checkup. So, all of these things can be easily done just to avoid facing that new ball. And you know that who you are facing a Mohammad Siraj and a Jasprit Bumrah. So the loophole is quite, very much. And as Shamikda was rightly saying that in the eastern part, it's very evident that, you see 5 minutes earlier, you see proper sunshine, and then just in 5 to 10 minutes span of time, and you thinking that, do we need a floodlight now, or we need to, end the game here, or do we need to take a permission? So if there was a request raised from the South African batters, look, we are having trouble, we are getting, problem as far as sighting the ball is a problem, then umpires will definitely have a word with the Indian captain, and will say that, you need to, otherwise we are calling it a day, or you need to, bring on your spinners. So that could be the alternative, which can be used by the South African batters. But I think that didn't cross their mind, or they don't know about the rules. I really don't know at this point of time. But yes, the important thing is, And why I'm putting this across, because I know that if Indian team says this, then there were a lot of words in the Twitter section, that or X section or in social media, that how can India get this and why not South Africa? Because India can ask for these things. Suppose tomorrow India will ask that no, we can't play, as far as this light is concerned, and they'll check in the light meter, and if it crosses the the numbers they have noted today, so there won't be any game. They will call it a day, or they will tell the South African captain Temba Bavuma to bring on their spinners. So that's basically the loophole, which I think South Africa missed a trick there. But in my opinion, that was a little unfair thing there. But yes, you have certain things in cricket book, you don't have certain things, and in between you have some that no man's land where you can exploit certain things also. So South Africa can easily, they were very close to do that, but they haven't.
It's a gray area where you can't say
Yeah,
it's right or wrong.
yeah,
It's unfair for South Africa, but it's also extremely fair for India, because India will say we didn't break any rules. We
yes,
got the wicket fair and square. So,
exactly.
oh, they're back. The duo is back. Now, Shomik, you can continue on your point, and hopefully you don't go out like the Guwahati light.
Yeah, so coming back to the light thing, first of all, these days players can't control the light factor. It is totally the umpire's call. And Rohit very rightly said, the reading that they have taken on day one, that has to be maintained for the next 4 days. But I think it was remiss of South Africa. There should have been a bit of game manship. It's professional cricket. I know South Africa are they are a very likable team. They are a very likable team. Of course, they are a professional team. But I mean, if I believe if it were England or Australia, they wouldn't have played the second over with the second new ball. Well, somehow there's someone would have called the physio, someone would have clutched the hamstring or the calf muscle, something, someone they should have done. So I think by playing the second over, the Siraj is over, they missed the trick. They
Yeah,
missed a trick, but that's how it is. Given that, but the biggest talking point, Gargi, of the day is that today Indian bowlers, led by Kuldeep Yadav, showed that they have enough quality to put the opponents on the back foot on good pitches. So this obsession over preparing, turning the tracks, scrubbers, blah blah blah, that should be binned completely. I asked this question to Rand and Oscar at the press conference, and he sort of agreed. He sort of agreed in the sense, he said it's a tough question, but maybe this kind of pitch suits us well. So everything taken into account. I think this is the biggest takeaway from day one of the second test is that that Indian bowlers, we should trust the team management should trust the Indian bowlers more. I mean, Light is playing peekaboo with us. We are outside and Light is playing peekaboo with us. Here we got the internet, but it is someone. It is like Alfred Hitchcock's movie. We are into Alfred Hitchcock's movie, and now the Light is back. See, brilliant. The Light is back, and and someone has unleashed a cannon. So they are they are spraying smoke with mosquito killer.
Either there will be mosquitoes or there will be Devashish and Shomik. It's a war. It's a war at this point, because I'm going to mute you guys. Okay. Areva. Kya, if there was an example of jumping to conclusions, this would be it. So the Rev Sports team is promoting cheating in cricket. No, we're not. We're talking about the gray areas. We're talking about how the rule can be interpreted. Let's not jump to conclusions here. But Rohit, I think sorry, Debashish, Shomik brings up a very good point here. We've seen that back in England as well on sporting wickets. They were the specialist bowlers that did the job for India. Today as well, we saw that even if India did not get as many breakthroughs as they would have liked, they were able to contain the runs. What are your thoughts?
I don't think he has listened to the
Can you
question.
hear me, Devashish? No.
Devaki, Gargi, can you please come again because he couldn't hear a thing.
Okay, can you hear me now, Devashish?
Yeah, tell me.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, he
Yeah, I
is.
could
He is.
hear you. I
Okay,
could
okay.
hear you.
I'm saying that back in England as well, you saw that your specialist bowlers did your job for you. Now, today as well, it was, it was proof of how it doesn't have to be a rank turner or underprepared wickets that you have to rely on to roll over the opposition. In fact, it always works the opposite way. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, absolutely. That is what Shomika reiterated a bit earlier. Means we don't require a rank turner to win matches. Means at your own backyard. And we have proven it. This same team has proven it in England across all 5 Test matches. So the point is, you have a Kuldeep Yadav who is a match winner in his own right. You have a Jasprit Bumrah, easily the best bowler across formats. You have a Mohammad Siraj. Then why would you be wanting a ranked turner? So clearly, day one, India ends up taking 6 wickets. Clearly, I would still say that the match is evenly poised after day one, but South Africa would have loved to went into the heart just losing 4 wickets. They have lost Parag lost 1 wicket too many, and that might haunt them because this test match is all about timing. Runs won't matter because this is such a good track to bat on. Means even if South Africa posts 300, 350, India has the quality. Despite the absence of Shubman Gill, they can easily post 450, 500 on this track. And the idea will be to bat once in this test match. So even if South Africa posts 300, 350, target for India should be to score at least 500 plus. But the thing is that it was pretty heartening the way India came back. First of all, the drop catch by KL Rahul in the morning. Aiden Markram was on 8 and 16 for no loss. After that, they had an 82-run opening partnership. But more than the runs, India missed out on an hour and a half of early morning freshness. There was they could have used the conditions to make further inroads. That was one. And then there was that 84-run partnership between Tristan Stubbs and Temba Babuma. But after that, the way the Indian team came back, um, people are talking about Ian Mulder shot. I mean, he played a reckless type of shot, but it was not the case. The trap that Kuldeep boost. I mean, it was a joy to behold. I'm telling you that he bowled the ball to Mulder outside off, tossed up, slower through the air, and the batsman's eyes lit up. He tried to hit it over extra cover, inside out, just that the ball dipped. And he couldn't get the elevation, and Justice Jaiswal took the catch. That was pure craft, pure skill, unadulterated skill. Also, the way he took the ball away, angled across Tristan Stubbs. It was not a googly. And he was nicely set up to play that ball. That extra bit of bounce. Tristan Stubbs on 49 was done in by that. That was pure skill. So I think it, this test match, this innings also should be an eye opener to the team management that we have enough quality bowling wherewithal to back them. It is not about the pitches. It is not about producing rank earners. Eden Gardens was a costly error, and maybe Eden Gardens, which that they got that much obsessed, they'll not be able to. Even if they win here, India, they'll not be able to win the series.
Yep. Before I go back to Rohit, Shomik, and Devashish. Yes, Devashish, please make your point.
I would just like to add one of my observation today. First star, South Africa, obviously, Shomita mentioned about that KL Rahul and dropping that catch. But first star wicketless. Then you see Jasprit Bumrah giving pep talk in a huddle. That is what this Indian team is all about. Means and I but obviously all credit to Rishabh Pant for having Jasprit Bumrah to say a few words to the players. So clearly backing each other. That has been the success of the Indian team. they back each other, and that is what. And obviously, that crucial wicket just at the stroke of lunch, and then immediately stroke of tea rather, stroke of tea, and immediately after the break, again once again, both the openers going back, and South Africa, definitely South Africa would have loved to carry on the momentum, but yes, the third session purely belongs to India. So I would like to just add that Jasprit Bumrah is coming forward, and in fact, I don't know whether it was Rishabh Pant to ask Jasprit Bumrah to give a pep talk, but it was worth it. Means obviously, I quite liked it.
Even KL Rahul was quite involved in the game today as a leader, because if you look at it, when the DRS calls were being taken, Rishabh Pant, it was almost like KL Rahul had the last say in taking the DRS. And if you look back on the Washington Sundar DRS that was taken, KL Rahul said no, and it turned out to be it wasn't a wicket. So KL Rahul also getting involved, Jasprit Bumrah giving that pep talk. So this is what you like to see from a team India. Now, before I go back to Rohit, Shomik and Devashish, tell us about the press conference where you guys are part of it. Ryan and Doshkate, what did he talk about? What was the highlight?
Rand Oshkata, he spoke about, I asked him about the speech thing, whether this should be the template for home tests. He said it's a tough question, but maybe this kind of wicket suits us better. About the speech, he said, it is chalk and cheese compared to Eden Gardens, and here it is chalk and cheese. This is a very good pitch. He credited Kuldeep Yadav, the way Kuldeep Yadav bowled. So basically, these are the three main points from his press conference. Apart from that, nothing. Nothing much significant. But see, at the end of the day, it was a good old-fashioned attritional test cricket, and this is the word that Ryan Kinderskata used. Attritional, good old-fashioned attritional test cricket. This is how test cricket should be, and this is the way we know this format of the game, and this is the way we love this format of the game.
Absolutely. Rohit, let's talk about Ashes a little bit. 2 days?
Just Gargi, just want to put a
Yeah,
point.
go ahead.
What Shamikda and Devashish Da was saying, and I don't know how Devashish Da forget this, but he clicked a picture also today where Jasprit Bumrah giving hug to KL Rahul, and that was after when he dropped the catch. And look at that point of time, if you have seen that image of Jasprit Bumrah, how frustrated he was, because India not picking up wicket at that point of time. It was a good partnership going on. The wicket is not helping much. They haven't got anything from that, new ball and that lively grass. There was moisture, everything was there, but India not able to pick up wicket. And then after, when he just clean bowled Aiden Markram, then look at the first guy who hugged him was KL Rahul, and after that, what Bumrah was, they were a little, aside from the huddle, and they were having a good moment together. Means the moment where maybe Bumrah was saying to him that no problem, yaar, hota rehta hai, but finally हमको wicket मिल गया, बहुत महंगा नहीं पड़ा. It wasn't that expensive, but the crux was what Shamik Da has said, that अगर उस समय पर वो विकेट मिल जाता एडन मार्करम का, तो ऐसा हो सकता था that with that fresh wicket we could have got some one or two wickets more. But that picture of Devashish Da, that picture of Bumrah and KL Rahul also sums up that what this team is all about: the camaraderie, the respect. They know that this happens in a cricket field, that you drop catches, and then KL Rahul took a good one after that. In if you talk about the first slip area, against again with Kuldeep Yadav bowling. So I think that gives you an idea that what actually happened there. This is the picture.
Gargi, one more thing I missed as regards Rand and Rashkata's conference. He said, see, in World Test Championship, you have to more than 50% of points have to be won at home. Maybe this is the trigger. This is the obsession. Why? I mean, we people, why the home team go for a results? They think a raging Turner or in other parts of the world like Grintop would be results pitches, and that's why this fascination for the extreme. And one more thing, Gargi, it would be remiss of us if we don't talk about Rishabh Pant's captaincy a bit, because it was his captaincy debut. And as far as my observation is concerned, on day one, he was pretty cool. He never looked to be under pressure. He made some incisive bowling changes, bringing back Bumrah at the stroke of launch, and he got Aiden Markram's wicket. Kristen Stubbs against Kristen Stubbs, starting straight away with Kuldeep after um, after the tea interval. Some smart moves were taken. His bowling changes were good. If you want to be overcritical, just that maybe, just maybe, he should have given Kuldeep a longer spell than just 3 overs post tea. Because Tristan Stubbs, I mean, Tristan Stubbs, he has worked on his defense a lot, but you on the face of it, you don't associate Tristan Stubbs with test match batting. He plays with such hard hands. So from that point of view, against Kuldeep, I think 2 or 3 more overs of Kuldeep during that period, I that is if you want to be overcritical. Otherwise, I would say on his captaincy debut, Rishabh Pant did pretty well.
There's a super chat here, Dikshita V. She's saying that is what this team is about. That's the reason of success. If you check stats, you have just won 2 Test series in 2 years. West Indies, Bangladesh, Minnows at max 1-1 here. Did are you forgetting about the fact that England you went and leveled the series?
No, and
I know.
if she's also talking about the home test series, then before that also, it's not like, firstly, it's not 2 years, it's just 1 year. If she's counting the 2024 as a complete year and then 2025, because 2024, if you remember,
Half
2024
is
Jan Feb, we won the England series also at home after being trailing 0-1 down in Hyderabad, and then we eventually won the Vizag test, the Rajkot test, the Ranchi test, and the Dharamshala test at last. And after that, yes, there was this series that started, in Bangalore, where we lost against New Zealand. But it's not only about that we lost series after series after series in last couple of years. It wasn't like that. Yes, under Gambhir, there is a kind of cricket we are playing at this point of time, and that's what we are discussing. Then that's what Shamikda Devashish, then I was saying that if your bowlers can give you a day one after losing toss, after having good opposition creating good partnerships, and after that also you have bowlers like Bumrah, Kuldeep, Siraj, Washi, bowlers like who can turn the pace of the game, and also turn that in your favor. Then you don't need turners like that, what you've been asking, maybe in Pune, and then here in Eden Gardens or in Mumbai. So you can win in wickets like these. England gave you that kind of confidence. In England, it wasn't like that, that your bowlers are not doing anything. Here also your bowlers are doing everything, and you can win in these kind of surfaces also. So uh, I think let's give this team a little bit of time, and this WTC cycle will eventually will give you each and everything, as far as the overseas tours, the home tours. There will be a 5 match series against Australia in 1.5 hours time, and that will be, I think, after that we can totally judge what Gautam Gambhir did with this team.
absolutely. Uh, One second,
Shamik?
You're on mute, Shomik.
Yeah, Gandhi, I would like to add a little more to this. See, there are two sides to it. India have lost the test team. India have lost 4 world-class players, proper world-class players. Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, Ravichandran Ashwin, and Mohammad Shami. 4 proper world-class players. So, as Rohit said, we should cut this team some slack because there would be the progression will not be linear. That is one side of the story. That said, in India, in home conditions, transition, I totally agree with Cheteshwar Pujara. I mean, when you are going, when you are on the road, when you are in Sena countries, I can accept that there the transition is a factor. But at home, on your home patch, I totally agree with Cheteshwar Pujara that transition cannot be an excuse at home. So there are two sides to it.
Absolutely. Last 10 minutes on the show, 5-10 minutes on the show. Let's talk about Ashes a little bit. Three
Yeah.
sessions, match over. Bazball turned into headball. Devashish, I don't know how much ashes you got to saw, but that was something else. We've I don't think we've seen a test match like this before. What is your thought, or what are your
As
thoughts
as
about this new round? Yeah.
as Shamika tweeted, headbutt by baseball given a headbutt. Baseball gets headbutt. Simple. Baseball is the most nonsensical thing cricket has ever seen. What is baseball? I mean, it is one-dimensional cricket because you cannot change your game. And if you cannot change your game, and this is not a case in isolation. I mean, they only can move in fifth gear. They are clueless about second gear or third gear or even fourth gear. England would say, okay, we have bundled out for 170, but we have scored at a rate of 5 plus. Ah, give us our flowers. That they might say that give us our flowers. That we have, although we have got bundled out for 170, but we have scored at 5 plus. So what more to say? Basically, as in Test cricket, you got to play the situations. It has been happening since time immemorial. If you are trying to change the template overnight, it will not happen. Test cricket will not allow you. You can do it in T20 cricket, fine, but you cannot do it in Test cricket. And see, when Australia, Travis had beat England at their own game, right? He scored at the rate of knots. And uh, I am sticking my neck out. Before the Ashes, before the series, I predicted a scoreline 4-1. If weather permits, I'm sticking my neck out and I'm saying 5-0 Australia.
Okay, Rohit, your thoughts watching the Ashes today?
I think as Shomikda rightly said that Bazball is what I tweeted is Bazball equals to brainless cricket, means as he rightly said that it's about the situation. You don't play that you have to score with a run rate of 5 or with a strike rate of 150 160. Look what Travis Head did today. He also scored with a pace of over 100 as far as strike rate is concerned, but it was sensible, it was calculated risk. He knew that when he has to score and he knew that when he has to stop. He knew the calculated risk thing, and he also knew that when who to pick and who to not. So this is what we can call, in Hindi they say कि बहादुरी और बेवकूफी में एक बहुत पतली सी लकीर होती है. आप लकीर के इस तरफ हो आप बहादुर हो, आप इस तरफ हो आप बेवकूफ हो. इंग्लैंड मतलब बेवकूफ वर्ड यूज करना चाहिए कि नहीं करना चाहिए, अगर किसी को बुरा लगा है तो माफी, बट उन्होंने बेवकूफों की तरह खेला है. और ये पहली बार नहीं है, इट्स नॉट द फर्स्ट टाइम. इट्स लाइक दे
Exactly.
लूज मोमेंटम. They kept on losing this momentum. Beat the India England series also. We can praise our team that our team played really well in England. But if you want to see it from a neutral point of view or from the English point of view, you'll get to know this, that they lost momentum in most crucial amount of times. Look at a Birmingham test where Jemmy Smith had that wonderful innings, but they lost the momentum. And here also they were taking the lead. They were somewhere around 65 70 around. They were just losing one wicket and they add a lead to it, and after that they lost. So this tells you that it's completely a brainless kind of strategy, what they are calling it, Bazball. And it's not for the very first time that because of Bazball they lost a test match. No. And the second most important thing is, look at Australia. With these kind of strategies they won a WTC. Have they ever qualified? The English team, have they ever qualified for a WTC final? Were they even third in the WTC ranking? No. That tells you the whole story. That it's a completely, means I don't want to use much words because I really don't know that what words to use or not. But I just want to
Uh,
ask Shamikda, because you follow football also, is this the best headbutt after Zinedine Zidane?
yeah. Comfortably. Comfortably. See, Rohit, you are absolutely right. They don't learn from their mistakes. The Oval Test, the game sat in their dugout. That shot from Harry Brook, I mean, that was Harakiri, number one. Then who came? Jacob Bethel. We are told that he, and we were told that he is the best thing since the sliced bread, right? He couldn't counter Prashit Krishna,
Hmm.
right? So
Yeah.
that England, since Ian Botham's retirement, England have produced so many Ian Bothams. Now maybe they are in the process of uh, producing so many David Goss or whatever. But the fact of the matter is that their cricket is totally one-dimensional,
Yes.
and unless they are playing on highways, they will be exposed.
They need a Rawalpindi to win. They need a Rawalpindi.
Exactly, exactly.
A lot of people in our comment section asking about ODI squad updates. Rohit, Shomik, Debashish, any of you have an update on when the squad is going to come out?
I think next week or
Tomorrow,
couple of days.
to 23rd, what I'm told, but then again, Shubman Gill will undergo a scan. Maybe they could wait for that for the scan report for a day. But tentatively, it is scheduled that the ODI squad would be announced tomorrow.
All right, all right. Okay, any more questions? Let's see, or we can wrap up the show. Satvik is saying, need to get South Africa under 300 all out tomorrow. Otherwise, मुझे तो खतरे की घंटी नजर आ रही है. With Harmer and now Muthuswamy coming into the team. Debashish, 3 spinners, South Africa.
Yeah, obviously, South Africa would like to bat as long as they can. Means that would be their strategy tomorrow, means to bat as long and obviously take that total, to stretch that total. Means obviously, if they can go past 350, means then India will not only have to go past 350, but has to go in a good pace. I'm not talking that about Bazball, the Bazball approach, but obviously they need to score. They need to be very positive and they need to score because time will be a major factor in this test match. With the amount of overs being lost after day one, it will be the trend going forward over the next 4 days. So I think whatever South Africa goes, India have to score those runs at a brisk pace. Yes, that goes without saying, without taking an undue risk or improvising, but they need to be positive and they need to take the score beyond South Africa's reach. And now that whichever team, since both teams would love to bat only once in this test match, which I think India has a very good chance provided if they can restrict South Africa around 300 and if they can take a lead of around 150 to 200, then things might be, this match can move faster. Means obviously day 3 it will take some sort of turn.
Okay, पंकज ने आपके लिए रोहित सवाल एक लिखा है. रोहित talking about giving time, but will Gautam Gambhir give them time? And Shomik the Shami is not retired? Question mark. Shami is not retired.
No, Shami is not retired.
It means
Yeah.
But he is no longer in the scheme of things. At least in red ball cricket, he is no longer in the scheme of things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I
We
think
have a super chat.
yeah. Cool.
सुपर चैट ले लो ये. दीक्षिता कह रही है two Minnow series win in 2 years under Gautam Gambhir as next test in July. Shomik, you didn't lose Shami, you removed him, you sacked Rowe. Reports were out already, 1-1 here at Max. Rohit, Shamik, any one of you can answer this.
Rohit, you go on. I have already answered this.
So, एक तो शायद आपकी गणित ठीक नहीं है क्योंकि मैंने पिछली बार भी आपको ये जवाब दिया था 2 साल तो नहीं हुए हैं गौतम गंभीर को इस पूरे के पूरे सवाल का अगर मैं पहले आपका इसको करेक्ट कर दूं, ठीक है. उसके बाद आपने कहा कि इन जुलाई शमी यू डोंट, नहीं, शमी को आपने हटाया इसलिए क्योंकि आपको उस समय पर जब वो नहीं थे टीम में तो आपको आकाशदीप जैसा एक बॉलर मिला. एंड आकाशदीप इट्स नॉट लाइक कि वो कोई पर्ची प्लेयर है कि किसी ने पर्ची पकड़ाई कि यार ये हमारा लड़का है और इसको खिला दो. आकाशदीप यहाँ पर आए क्योंकि उन्होंने परफॉर्म बहुत अच्छा किया है एंड दैट्स व्हाई ही इज हियर. शमी यहाँ से गए इसलिए बिकॉज उनका इंजरी का मसला था और जब उनको इंजरी थी उस वक्त पे बॉलर्स ने अच्छा किया तो वो उनकी जगह पर आए. शमी डोमेस्टिक क्रिकेट में अच्छा करेंगे, शमी वापस आ जाएंगे. द थर्ड थिंग इज यू रिमूव्ड सैक ड्रो. नहीं, रोहित को किसी ने नहीं निकाला. अगर आपके पास अच्छी खबरें, अगर आपके पास ऐसी कोई खबर है तो भी लेकर आइए कि किसने रोहित को निकाला और रोहित के क्या कॉन्वर्सेशंस हुए थे और रोहित के साथ क्या कॉन्वर्सेशंस हुए थे. वो हम लोग मल्टीपल टाइम्स बता चुके हैं, लिखने वाले लिख चुके हैं, कहने वाले कह चुके हैं. इफ यू वांट टू बिलीव कि उनको निकाला गया या किस तरीके से चीजें हुई, तो वो मैं उस पर तो कुछ काउंटर नहीं कर सकता. रिपोर्ट्स वर आउट ऑलरेडी 1-1 हियर एट मैक्स. लुक, सो यू आर, जैसा मैंने कहा, पूरा का पूरा सवाल, अगर आप टेक्निकल आपकी भाषा पे मैं जाऊं, तो पूरा का पूरा सवाल ही गलत है. क्योंकि जिस तरह के वर्ड्स यूज किया है, it's all about, we answered all of this, I think. So let's wait for things to happen. Let's wait कि क्या होता है आने वाले समय में, एंड देन आपको भी पता चलेगा, हमें भी पता चलेगा कि कौन निकाला गया था, किसको निकाला, कौन आ रहा है वापस, कौन नहीं आ रहा है वापस. सो लेट्स वेट एंड लेट्स वॉच. मेरे पास तो यही जवाब है इस सवाल का.
See, these are conversations that will never end. These are debates that are never ending. We can go on and on about team selections and what India could have done right or done wrong. Criticism of Gautam Gambhir and of course आही गया. मैं सोच ही रही थी दिन कंप्लीट नहीं होता ये बिना सुने. Gautam Gambhir PR, Rev Sports. You've made my day complete now, Shri Ram.
बहुत मजा आ
But
रहा है भाई,
thank you
बहुत
so
मजा आ
much,
रहा है.
Shomik and Devashish, for joining us. I know you've got to go. No light there and lots of mosquitoes. Rohit as well, thank you so much for joining. You guys can leave. I'll just take the final super chat here, and then close the show. Shomik and Devashish, you are welcome to leave. जुलाई में होंगे 2 साल. No test till July 2. Win 2 year. मुझे तो ये समझ ही नहीं आ रही गणित.
वो ये कह रही है कि अगली जुलाई में जो है वो 2 साल पूरे होंगे, और तब तक तो उन्होंने आगे के
अच्छा.
जुलाई तक भी जोड़ लिया है. लेकिन मोहतरमा, मैं आपको ये बता दूं कि जुलाई में ही श्रीलंका वाली सीरीज भी है. नाउ वी कैन एंड द शो करके.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. We'll be back very soon. 8:30 a.m. tomorrow, we go live.